was just in England for a week. You can see pictures on my Twitter and Instagram if you'd like to. Leaving Hermitcraft for a week means big changes happen. And I do mean big. Pearlescent Moon? What the heck? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hermitcraft server. Now, what the heck have my neighbors been up to? I swear it was only 7 days that I left. Look at that Pearlescent Moon. She's working so hard.
Gem? Hello?
Pearl?
Hello? What are
You're
you doing?
insane,
What is
Pearl.
up? I'm always insane. What do you mean?
Pearl, I left for 1 week. You've transformed an entire biome. This was not here. I was on the server the day that I left for England, and this was not here. And then I come back. You're in survival mode, Pearl.
You've known me for how long, Gem? How do you not expect this by now? Come on.
Oh my
gonna happen.
goodness. You made a mob farm as well in there, I can tell.
See, it looks dark, but it's not. You know, it's
I
just
like
that little
that.
tiny corner up there.
I like that. This is very pretty. You're very talented.
Thank you. Where's your terrain, Gem? Huh? I expect full terrain by tomorrow, okay?
My terrain, already pre-done. Look, see, because I don't like making terrain, so what I've done is I've picked the appropriate lump to build on top of so that I don't have to do this.
Okay. Lump Lady is back again for a second season.
Uh-huh. I like a lump, to be honest. Yeah, I'll build something. I'm gonna live up there.
I expect
it's
it to
fine.
be done by tomorrow. All right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, all right, I'll get to work. Goodbye. Have fun.
Okay, goodbye. You too.
That Pearl is crazy. Since my neighbors are both hard at work, I suppose it's time that I actually get to work in this area as well. I mean, my chest sorting system went over extremely well, I could tell. And Impulse has sorted himself under smart people things. Fair enough, honestly.
I wonder if she found my smart people thing.
I did find your smart people thing.
Jeez. Hi, Gem.
I saw it. I see you.
Welcome back, Gem. So good to see you again.
Thanks. Did you get shorter? Or just
Yep.
something else got longer? And yeah.
Oh.
You look,
You haven't seen me since I got the beard.
you look a little funny, yeah. A little short, a lot
Well,
of facial hair. We take
yeah,
off the
yeah,
armor.
that's
Let
what
me see. Let me see the whole
Okay,
fit.
yeah, the grand reveal. I gotta be careful though, because Pearl likes to shoot at me. Yeah.
This is nice.
Oh.
I
I'm
like
I'll let you look
it.
at my backside.
I like it. Good fit.
Thank you. Did you? Yes, you also made a wardrobe change, I see. Oh,
I
wow.
did.
Are we allowed to get along? Historically, dwarves and elves, they didn't quite get along, but I think we can.
I think we're friends. And after sufficiently annoying my friends with my presence for a little while longer, I decided it was time to go see what the rest of the server was up to. What is this? I feel like I shouldn't be here. That's Doc. That is definitely Doc. It is currently activated though, and it's eating the world. On that note, nah, I'm out. Okay, I found a giant rock. It's a good rock, solid rock, and also some mega plants. That's pretty cool. What else? Let's see how Spawn is doing. What is happening at Spawn? Why does every hermit have a giant pillar? What? Did I miss a memo? Was there a newsletter? What? This place is so weird. I love it. This is great. Whoa, look at this area through the mountains. This is Stress. Stress is absolutely killing it this season. This looks epic. And False, who was also my neighbor last season, is also killing it. I just met False in England. She's very cool, she's very fun, and this is a very cool build. Okay, I feel like I've been sufficiently inspired by all these builds. This is awesome. Good job, hermits. And before I head back to my other base, I feel like I should start thinking about moving some of this stuff, like this deep slate. I really need deep slate over in my other base for foundations, but I don't have any over there. And yeah, the cobble, sand, I'm gonna need some of this. Should probably just bring my shulker boxes with me. That'd probably be smart. Right, well, this was lovely and inspiring. Let's go back. Home sweet home. But my home doesn't exactly stand out as much of a home. It's just a chest situation and a pillar of sea lanterns. A very impressive pillar of sea lanterns, but still. So if we're going to start talking about a mega base, I want to establish what our palette is that we are going to be working within. This is my favorite time of the year, Cow. We're making a palette. The only thing is, I'm not sure I actually have all the blocks that I need to make that happen. Okay, let's establish the palette. First of all, our blue blocks. Ah, perfect. Now, there are some that are going to go with this that are not those, and that's this and that. Yep. That's our color that we're working with. And then we have a secondary light source to go with the lamps, redstone lamps, because I just think they'll add a cool contrast, especially in the foundations. And then, speaking of our foundation, we have our foundational blocks. So let's put those maybe on a separate row right here. Here, 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 and here. We'll basically be using anything in a grayscale, so not just these, but it just has to be gray. And then we'll need our walls and our roofs, which is going to be this, 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 and this, and a bonus detail block. Boop. I imagine we'll end up using more than just these blocks. It's not a strict palette, but it is a palette nonetheless. Now, I have a challenge for you before I start building. Using any theme that you want, I want you to try to build something out of just these blocks. You can use any variations, so like stairs, slabs, fence, whatever, of this sort of general palette. There's no rules in particular. I just want to see what you can come up with. I think it could be pretty fun to get creative as a community. So if you want to do that, submit it to me on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag GeminiTayBuild. Or you can join my Discord server and post it in there pretty easily. I'll have all of those links down below. Seriously though, with this established, I should definitely get to work. And my neighbors here have done a very good job of creating a landmark for themselves, something that really establishes that they own the area. I mean, this is very clearly Pearlescent Moon, and that is very clearly Impulse. So now I need something that is very clearly Gem. Oh, speaking of Impulse, there he is. Since Impulse and I are building on top of each other, the first thing I want to establish is something over in this corner so that we can get connected together fast. That way, I think things will start making a lot more sense to everybody involved. So I'm going to establish my first Elven tower in this location here. Well, more specifically, actually in this area right here. This big tower is going to tie into dwarven stuff down on this layer and go all the way up into my elven stuff up there, and hopefully act as a good connector. First things first though, a lot of cobble placement. The foundation is in. It's a cylinder. A cobble cylinder. It's very basic, I know, but it's gonna be epic, I promise. While I was building that, I decided to smelt up some of my lovely sandy things. So now I have some smooth sandstone, which I will in fact need for the next bit of this tower. I'm also gonna need some birchwood for this, so let's just go ahead and start a little birchwood farm. That'll do. A stone cutter would also be incredibly helpful to have around here, especially since I need to cut my oxidized copper. Now it should be as simple as just building up the sandstone. What we're doing here today to kind of establish how exactly I'm going to be building this entire mega base. Also, really thankful for Impulse's jump boost. I didn't know Impulse liked jump boost, but this is kind of cool. Thanks, Impulse. I think this height should be about good for the sandstone section. Okay, that is a pretty good tower, I think. Obviously, the foundation is much more disproportionate to the actual tower bit, but that's just sort of how it works out with how tall this cliff is. We'll detail the bottom so that that's a little less obnoxious. For now, though, let's get the topper on this actual thing. Birch portion of the tower, complete. Now, here comes the part that may be a little controversial to builders. I'm planning on doing a roof out of this block and this block. That is a lot of contrast, like a lot more than I would normally use, but I think that it's really going to make the roof line of this build pop. I've been a little bit nervous about talking about exactly which type of elf I want to take inspiration from because, well, I don't want to put myself in a box. But if I'm honest, the elven type that I am taking the most inspiration from is definitely high elven architecture. So that will involve a lot of white and beautiful, elegant, tall roofs. And not so many trees, to be honest. Overall, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this sort of style ends up coming together. There it is, everyone! The first roof. and I'm realizing I've made a couple of vital errors when building this, so we're gonna fix them. First of all of the quartz that I'm getting is this quartz, which makes a lined pattern. We can get around this by smelting it into smooth quartz. Only problem is, that's my smelting setup. That's not really gonna work now, is it? It's also not going to work for all of the sand that I need to convert. So we're gonna have to build a workaround to that so that we can make more pretty structures, because that thing behind me, yeah, we'll work on it. I'm gonna work on it. I think in order to properly get to work on a mega base, I should first make myself a home over here. A little elven starter home that could get me started with kind of being able to prepare all of my materials. Oh, that's a big hole in the ground. Okay. Luckily for me, just over here, we already have this beautiful village. It's nestled so nicely into this little forest, and it's not even that far away from where I'll be building, as you can see. So I'm thinking I'll make a nice little starter house somewhere over here with the villagers. First though, we're gonna have to clear out an area for me to work. So, momentary deforesting. Hold on. I have been working very hard, and I've created this lovely little path from the area I'm currently working in that connects all the way down here, and eventually, hold on, to there, the village. So now we should be able to very easily both work over here in the village and also over there at our mega base and slowly connect the two areas together. It's gonna be glorious. I've discovered a dwarf. I have an idea. Hold on. This is the best part about having somebody live directly below you. Hold on. We just do that. It's like a Elven messaging system of sorts. Oh, I think he's getting it. Look at the top of that little dwarf's head. I knew it. I knew he'd get it. A good neighbor's gotta be around for encouragement. I mean, I'm not doing any digging. I'm building. I've decided to come over and do a little bit more fish trading just to stock up on some quartz before I start really getting into the build. Hello, fisherman. Can I interest you in some fish? Oh, I think I have too many things in my inventory. Here you go. It's a little slow, but honestly, it's a pretty solid process for getting quartz. It's much better than going in the nether. Plus, I get a whole lot of XP doing this. I actually know just the place that I can go, and I think it's in here to get even better rates on my farm. Oh, that's totems. This is emeralds. Yeah, here we go. So it's 2 diamonds per stack. Stack of blocks. Every emerald is 1 quartz. So that's a good deal. Obviously, I can still work on getting my own emeralds sometimes, but that 2 diamonds for that much quartz? Heck yeah, I'm taking it. Good deal. Alright, now back to some trading. Oh, cyan terracotta. Does that smelt into a pretty glazed terracotta? Hold on. Moment of truth. Ooh, it does. Look at that. I'm definitely adding that to our palette. I'm back at my base now, smelting up a little bit of this quartz to get it ready for my house. And I can't help but notice, this is what it's like living with a dwarven neighbor. And I love my dwarven neighbor, and I did say that he could do this because this is great for me, right? It's free beacon effects. The beacon effect does come up here to me, so this benefits both of us. However, he has made them orange. Why are they orange? Impulse, we have to talk about our color schemes. It's not orange, it's cyan up here. I'm gonna just see what I can do about this. Right, so Impulse, we're gonna do that, and that, and see if we can get a cool color. Yeah, that's a much cooler color. All right, I fix. Hopefully Impulse doesn't mind my cyan obsession. It's time, everyone. I think I've gotten all of my blocks together, and we can finally build my starter house. My elven starter house. I'm really excited for this because it's going to allow me to sort of conceptualize the entire base on a smaller sort of scale. And I like doing that sort of thing. I hope to eventually transform this village because transformed villages just make me happy. But for now, we're going to focus on my own house. And I'm going to do a deep slate foundation with some spruce log pillars. Going for a very contrasty build. So let's get started by just simply filling this in. So far, this build is starting out pretty much how all of my builds do. Hopefully though, I'll be able to add a lot more fun details, such as glazed terracotta, which with any luck will look just fine as a foundation once I get a few more details in. I feel like I kind of lean on this stair pattern a lot when I'm building this sort of structure, but it's a good way to get like a little sliver of detail in there while not overpowering the entire build. Then, right on top of these foundational pillars, we'll be able to get our walls in. I think I'm done with the deep slate now, and we're moving on to the next layer. The next layer is going to be the roof, but first we're going to get some cross beams of prismarine in place, and then we should be able to very simply place the quartz on that. I am extremely excited about this quartz. A white outline for a build roof. It's gonna be so pretty. Great, let's do it. And so there we have it, the start of the roof. And I really like it. The only thing is, it's still a little boring right in the middle there. So I've left a perfect spot for a second roof going the opposite direction, which I think is gonna help. First though, I am gonna go ahead and fill in the walls so we can get a better visualization of the whole thing. And the walls, very simply, just go right here on top of the glazed terracotta. Yep, that'll do it, much better. We have a long way to go in terms of detailing this thing, but a couple of the tricks that I had in mind was barrels here to tie in the deep slate color to the spruce, and then also some little hanging details here-ish. And then I think we can hang lanterns off of that. I feel like that'll work. I'm almost done. Putting in the finishing touches just now. There. And there. Oh, it's a lovely little elven home. Now, one small problem that I may have overlooked. I didn't add a door. There's no door. So, to get around that minor problem, we're just gonna plop a door right about here. Perfect. This should function as a nice little porch for me. Now I can get in and out of my brand new house. And I'm hoping if I fly away, oh yeah, look at how the village sort of leads up into it. And it seems to be plenty spacious on the inside here for activities. Just needs a door. I can see the little dwarven man working below me. Look at this. Me and Impulse have a really cool connection together right here. I can just look at him and he's working. Oh, I'm gonna be able to bug him so much. It's gonna be glorious. Now, back to my own house. We have a whole interior in here that we can make great use of. I also decided to dig myself a little basement because I figured down here we can put a little smelter and maybe a little chest storage system over here as well. I figure if I play my cards right, I can keep all of the stuff for the mega build over here in my chest situation, and anything that's not going to be directly used for the mega base will be in the house. I feel like that makes sense, right? First thing I'll do is make myself a little kitchen, perhaps, which I can of course use to cook all of my lovely fish, which I have a lot of. Kitchen complete. Now for the basement, which thankfully has been very easy to dig out thanks to Impulse. It's a tiny little basement, but I'm hoping with a simple little smelter design over here, I can have quartz going through this one, sandstone going through this one, and that should get us started for the early game. Eventually, of course, I'll need to upgrade to a bigger one, but we gotta start somewhere. I'll just use some slabs here so that I could still open these chests. Yep, there we go. That is going to be a perfect storage solution, I think, to keep me organized. What a lovely little starter house. Just needs a couple of flowers now. Thankfully, there's a meadow over here with one of my favorite kinds. Wonderful. I think this little house is complete. This should help me out with my mega project so much. I really like the colors and the general style of this super kind of over-detailed roof. It is missing something, though. A tree. We haven't done a tree. And this season, my choice of tree for this area, inspired by the forest, shall be a beautiful spruce evergreen tree. Just needs a little magic is all. Whoa. Yep, that still works. And with that finishing touch, I do believe my house is complete. The first of the Elven houses, and honestly, probably the simplest because it is just the starter one, but I still really like it. Now I'm going to have an area to work out of when connecting this whole village area up and over this hill towards this tower, which is the farthest point that I'm going to build to. I can't wait to get to work and get started properly on the mega base. This is not a great start. Sorry, Impulse and Pearl, for the eyesore. I'll get rid of the eyesore eventually. Not yet though, because right now it's a better landmark than that. So we're keeping it. But that's all for me, everyone. I'll see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed all of the Elven goodness from today. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.